Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Happy Thursday morning to you out there. Some updates following yesterday's conversation in the courts involving Clayton's lawyers, Jane Doe's lawyers, the canoodling that went on as they tried to get their facts straight. You know, that whispering, the mouse whispers heard around the world. Well, we had a court reporter there covering the story for us, but we weren't alone. It looks like USA Today, in partnership with AZ Central, was also there. I'm going to read just a quick clip of their article. But, and again, as you might know, coming from the world of Hollywood, it's very common to rewrite the script. You never get the script right the first time. Multiple passes, dozens, hundreds sometimes. But in the world of Janie Doe, it appears she's rewriting the script in her own fairy tale. She was caught rewriting her story on Medium, the original posting in December. We know she then changed things around. The timeline's a little fuzzy as to when she made these edits. Some thought it was last night. Some said this happened actually pre-February, 12th, the last hearing. It doesn't make a difference because it's, look, you can rewrite your story all you want, but the story will come out clear as day. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals for stand-up show updates. And boy, do we have a good show coming up March 28th in Scottsdale. I don't have the information, the ticket link yet, but just hold that date. We're gonna have a fun stand-up show following the end. It'll be a few days after the end of the season of The Bachelor. So book your flights, get over there to Scottsdale, and let's party. And also don't forget, I'll be on Patreon at noon Central Time. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. If you want to join the Patreon, this is how you do it. QR code right there. You can join for free if you want the live streams that I do every single day. You get a ton of extra information. You're the first to know all the details. The live streams come as little as $5 a month, so you can cancel at any time. That's where that is. All right, so first we get to the article. In court, lawyers for Bachelor star question Scottsdale woman's pregnancy claim, Jimmy Jenkins reports. I'm going to share a clip of this. And then also we're going to share some of those deleted comments that people are wondering about. We got them. They exist. They're right here. Attorneys for former Bachelor star Clayton on Wednesday challenged the pregnancy and miscarriage timeline of a Scottsdale woman who asserted she was carrying Eckerd's twins. Oh, how nice. So they talk about that and what Jane Doe's attorneys had to say. I believe my client went to the doctor in mid-November. I mean, hey, this is legalese. I believe she did based on what she told me. Do I really? And that's when it was determined that she had a miscarriage, said Corey Keith. We would believe that it was in the maybe month or 2 months leading up to that time. What the judge thought of all of this shenanigan, we could only imagine. But as I've been told from other folks who have husbands and wives that are judges, here's what I've been told. They're extremely smart people. They know exactly, they know the court, they know the law, they know manipulation, they know when people are lying to them. Their job is literally to judge bullshit. They have to judge facts, but sometimes in lieu of facts, they have to look at someone and say, this person is telling me bullshit. And I trust what this judge's decision will be. Will Jane Doe is the big question, because first of all, and I don't care about what people want to say about my character. I know who I am when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, put some castor oil in my hair, smack a little chapstick on, 3 pumps of the cologne for the ladies out there. I know who I am deep down to my core. Jane's mom, though, has used my name to other people, like the psychologist that went on Jane Doe's podcast and then went on Reality Steve's podcast, to shame her and say, how come you didn't get our side of the story first? As if this psychologist who went to Princeton and teaches at universities, as if they're so dumb that they're just going to believe what someone says. Some people, I don't know if it's narcissism, I don't know what it is. Some people think so highly of themselves that they think they can convince other people how to act. My whole belief is, look, you find the truth. Let's show it to you, and you can do with that information what you will. What we're learning is that people in December that initially sided with the Jane Doe family when they posted their Facebook victimization posts, what we're learning is a lot of crickets are coming from those people that initially supported them after doing minimal work. So much so that one of the reasons why Jane Doe deleted parts of her article is because she was driving traffic, not to me, but to the truth. Oh, Dave Neal, let's look him up. Ding, ding, ding. Here's 35 videos. You can see medical fraud, blah, blah, blah. Come on. While I do offer my opinions, we also do provide the news. I think you can do both. As an audience, you have to know the difference between Fox News giving you the news and then the Fox News entertainment side, right? There's one versus the other. Some is news and some is opinion. And in this day and age, it's up to the audience to decide what's both. You know my opinion that I've come up with, which is that I believe she's a con artist. That's my opinion. And you guys can decide if you agree with that or not. That's up to you. I can just provide you the evidence that backs and leads me to believe that. All right, so he believes that she miscarried 1 or 2 months ago. Who could really know, right? And one comment, by the way, said, Dave, how dumb are you to not know that people would understand if they're miscarrying? I think they misheard me. It's very obvious past a certain time period, it would be very well known if you were pregnant, if you start bleeding or things like that happening, it would be very well known that you have a problem, you need to go to the doctor. Absolutely. I'm not a woman, but I've done enough research to try my best to understand basic anatomy. So we get to this on Reddit, which again, they've been doing such a good job, Justice for Clayton, also justiceforclayton.com. They've been doing such a good job of taking a lot of bandwidth and combing through these things. You can't imagine as good of a job as Clayton's lawyers have done. You can't imagine if they were just working with their own manpower that they'd be able to do this. This is like akin to having AI, having this many people combing through what Jane Doe previously said versus what she's saying now. Jane Doe now covering up her previous statements about her pregnancy in her December Medium article, Unveiling the Unbearable, My Battle Against Cyberbullying and Online Harassment. As we found out yesterday in the status hearing for Clayton Jane Doe, her attorney is claiming that Jane Doe went to the OB in mid-November. It was told she miscarried 1 to 2 months prior. The attorneys say they believe she must have, all these things, qualifying words so they don't get, accused of being, perjuring. I don't know. The attorneys say they will provide these medical records next week to Clayton's counsel. Okay. That'll be interesting. Set your bookmarks for next week. Now that this timeline of an alleged miscarriage has been established, let's look. Looks like Jane Doe went back to her original December Medium article and did some dirty editing. That would be a good merch shirt. Dave Neal, the dirty editor. Although we don't really edit our stuff unless we have to for a source or whatever reason, right? Not to change the story. But anyway, they say dirty editing to hide the fact that she was still claiming to be pregnant then. Original article stating she will not be sharing updates regarding the status of her pregnancy with Clayton. In quotes, I kindly ask not to receive congratulations or engage in discussions about Clayton and my pregnancy. Edited version, these statements have been completely deleted. And then the proof of that is right here. Again, we don't know when these statements were deleted, but that's the problem with Medium and with a lot of news. When in the real world of news, if you were to edit an article, you would have to put a blurb that says, we edited this article to update the claims of X, Y, and Z. You do that because you don't want to hoodwink your audience. Don't get me wrong. Journalism does not have the highest level of ethics in today's world. Don't get me wrong. But this is just manipulation. My integrity means everything to me. Wait, what? Is it opposite day? Did she write this on opposite? Remember opposite day? Whatever, the hard times in the 90s trying to learn math on opposite day. What's the Pythagorean theorem? I've never lied about being pregnant, nor the extent to which I've been abused. No one ever talks about the abuse part. I don't know why she keeps bringing that up. And I have medical records to back both of those things up. Now, we know now we're going to see whatever record she has because she signed those HIPAA documents, the release, in front of the judge. However, I won't be sharing updates regarding the status of my pregnancy with Clayton. Convenient. I kindly ask not to receive congratulations or engage in discussions about Clayton and my pregnancy. All right, send back the edible arrangements. No, she doesn't want congratulations. What were we congratulating for? I don't know, but just send it back. I'll take the chocolate-covered strawberries in that little, green styrofoam thing that we stick all the... Yeah, I'll take that. Give me the cake pops. I'll eat them all. So she doesn't want any congratulations. All right, no, send back the what's it called when the five guys, send back the quartet. We don't need the barbershop quartet. The guy using the harmonica to get his tone, send him back. We don't need him. Put the balloons away. I know you already paid for him. Just leave him in the storage room. She doesn't want congratulations. There's like 5 guys. We're gonna congratulate you. This post is not intended for that purpose. I do have people over there, by the way. No. Okay. Voices in my head. This post is not intended for that purpose. What I can confirm is that I sought an order of protection against him. We know that. That is truth. She does have some integrity. Despite my only sending him pregnancy updates. Interestingly, a month later, he obtained an injunction against harassment against me. Oh, she likes to throw those interestingly. Interestingly to whom? What's interesting to me is she redacts, just like she redacted those babies and redacted the fact that they only had oral sex. She swallowed the section where she actually sent him 500 messages from dozens of phone numbers after he blocked her. She redacted that part there. Well, what can you do? Interestingly, I think she's a con artist. Those are my thoughts. That's where I've come to my conclusions. Here's the update. My integrity is everything to me. I've never lied about being pregnant or about the extent of the abuse I've suffered, and I have medical records to support both claims. I sought an order, so she, gone. Despite limiting my communication to only sending a pregnant a month later, he obtained. Okay, so you can see right there whether where or when she redacted. Look, she's good at redacting. If you could somehow harness energy based on the efforts someone puts into redacting, they might be able to power all of Maricopa County. What would be so interesting, though, is if we were able to catch the deleted comments that people were leaving on her father's Facebook page. Now, we wonder who's sort of the culprit behind a lot of the work Jane Doe's doing. Are her parents involved? Well, now we know, having listened to phone calls to Scottsdale police, that her mom has been involved to some capacity, calling Clayton a loser. He's a loser. He's a loser, or whatever. He's a joke. He's a, whatever word she said. We also have sources from San Francisco saying that Jane's mom was possibly part of fabrication of events. And now we see Jane Doe's father with Facebook support. Now we wonder, is this really him? Is it not? My thought being, at the 10:30 a.m. hearing yesterday, wouldn't it be interesting if some of the comments that people were leaving were not being deleted while she was in court? But as our court reporter noticed, she was on her phone partially during court. Again, it's my belief she could be in court. Her mom could be deleting messages. Her dad could be deleting messages. Maybe they have an assistant who's deleting messages. Whatever they're paying their assistant, please come forward. We'll gladly pay you to not be there. I don't know what I can say legally, but we would love to hear your story if there's some sort of social media assistant out there who thinks they've been doing the good work and now realizes, oh boy, I've been on the wrong side. There's a lot of people that realize they're on the wrong side. So anyhow, it would be interesting if we could get some of those text messages that were deleted, but they were deleted. And when you delete something, it's gone forever. What's that? We have it. The Barbershop Quartet brought us the deleted messages people left on her father's Facebook page that are just trying to get the truth out to people about who the real perpetrator is. All right. Well, I know she doesn't want any congratulations, but here it is. Please pray for Jane Doe's victims. Look at the facts and proof out there. It's very sad what she has done to so many people. Finally, the courts are doing something about it. I hope she never does this to anyone again, and she gets the help she needs. Now, this is in response to Jane Doe's father, who has a sizable following. He was making great money as a respected DJ, radio DJ in a very large market. So he's got fans. I know what it's like to have these fans, not because I do, but I used to work with somebody who had basically the similar size following. And the person I worked with, they would have people that supported them, and they would comment every time they post, and they just wanted this parasocial relationship. I don't mean any offense to boomers out there, but this is kind of like the boomer fan club, the people that are like supporting him. Well, in December, a lot of people supported him and were corrected on who the actual victim is. And what I've learned about people is they can on an individual level, most people can very quickly understand when they've been hoodwinked with the most minimal of research. I haven't reached out to any single one of these people. I'm not friends with them on Facebook. I haven't commented. Not my job, but people will, and you can't stop that from happening, especially if you have a public Facebook. He can block and delete all they want. But someone said, can't wait for justice to deal with these bullies. I'm sick of where we are now. And then someone commented, justice is happening in the courts, but it's been proven that Jane Doe is the one stalking and harassing people. Just Google it or look on Reddit and look at the facts. She's destroyed a lot of people's lives, and it's really sad. Someone commented, as a father of 4 daughters, I commend Jane Doe on her inner strength, intellect, and well-spoken words. You and Mommy Doe are great parents. Now, here's an interesting comment from somebody. And again, these have all been deleted, but not right away. Some were being deleted in the middle of the night. Some stayed up for a little while. Some got deleted right away. But someone had commented again saying, I know you think you're doing the right thing by supporting your daughter, but enabling her delusions and helping her stalk and harass all of these people is only going to end up seriously hurting her. Just look at what happened on court today. The truth and facts are not on her side. The proof is out there. And it's not good for her. Do you not care about all the people she's hurt and what it's done to their mental health? Or does that just not matter to you? I love my kids more than anything, but would never support them doing what she has done to so many. If this really is Daddy Doe and not Jane, I implore you to do the right thing for her and everyone else and put a stop to this madness. Someone posted under that, can't wait for justice to prevail. It seems like everybody wants justice. It just seems that everybody doesn't know what actually is going on. And again, some people only get their news from Facebook. That's just the truth. Some people literally only get their news from Facebook. Look on Reddit. Who's the Reddit? I don't know who the Reddit is. You don't have to do that. You can Google things. You can, whatever. You can send people my videos and just say, hey, is this guy really a bully? This guy who's redacting names, blurring faces, not sharing their identity. We received a whole bunch of information about what Jane Doe was wearing yesterday. We didn't share that. We didn't share the fact that she was waiting for Uber to pick her up or any of that. Why? Because we're not trying to have people go follow her or any of that. No, we're trying to have the truth be followed straight up to the surface. Maybe it could be major bloating due to pseudocysis, which they can develop a belly. There's many different things this could be. Until the medical records come out in court, we won't know. Either way, she has mental health issues that need to be addressed. Again, these are people's comments. I'm not educated enough to know what someone's issues are, but that's very interesting to wonder if she has pseudocysis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's see how the court date works in June when all of her lies are exposed. Where's the death certificates? Now that got 5 likes. Again, this is on Daddy Doe's page. My heart breaks for Jane and for all of you. I'm in tears reading this, but hopefully sharing her experience. Now this is what's sad. It's like people are inherently good. There are people that feel really bad for her right now. Now imagine if she had some sort of like GoFundMe, and again, it's not about money for them because they have deep pockets, but there are people that will have these lies. We covered one this morning on Bachelor Rush Hour, the podcast, how someone claimed they had colon cancer. I mean, people will lie and good people will be duped, and that's the worst. Someone said, wait till you hear the whole story. Hope you apologize for calling the victims a POS. And someone said, Jane is the victim and the POS is the POS. A top fan. These people just don't know what they're talking about. I really hope she can get the support and help she needs. Having pseudocysis is a real disease, and there is treatment available for her out there. Hopefully, she'll find the love for herself and realize she doesn't need a man to fulfill her. This repeated pattern for her shows that she is suffering and does need help. So it looks like people are, trying their best. Someone said, how do you know it's pseudocysis? Maybe it's borderline personality disorder. Someone says, can't say for sure, but appears that way as she appears to firmly believe she was pregnant. Either way, she definitely needs help so she doesn't continue this pattern. And then the response was she had a big pregnant belly at her court appearance, which was likely a moon bump. Appears she knew there was no pregnancy, which really makes you wonder, can you believe you're pregnant and also do the things to sort of cover your lie? Like, could you have a mental health issue which says, I know rationally I'm not pregnant, but I think there still might be something in there, so I'm going to do this to make it look pregnant? I don't think so. I think that'd be a strange argument. And then lastly, someone commented this, which was just bizarre. To me, please do not give me a lot of shit for this, but I missed the humble Dave. I mean, here's all I can say about that. You missed the humble Dave. And people say this, I get this every once in a while. I'm sorry. If you missed the humble Dave, you can thank Jane Doe for my lack of humility right now. She has put my family at risk. She has threatened me cost me money during a time when I don't need to be spending extra money defending my character against harassment, against charges that she's brought to the FBI of revenge porn, against all these other things that she has done out there. I don't need that. So pardon me if I'm not fucking humble right now, okay? Pardon me. So I'm not giving you shit for that. You can rib me, whatever. But look a little bigger. Open the lens a little bit and see the bigger picture of what Jane Doe has done to all of these different people's character, which again, in today's world, that's all we have is our character and who we are. I don't claim to be some angel brought down from heaven, but I do stand for authenticity, for being who you say you are, and for pursuing truth and letting it expose itself. And that's all we're doing. And if that's not humble enough, I don't know what to tell you. We'll be back with more content right after this. I'll be on Patreon, noon central, patreon.com/Dave Neal. See you then.